What is that one thing which makes all of us living across state borders stand up and take notice? One thing that brings all of us together. One thing that our politicians benefit from but do not talk about much. If you heard this and the first thing that came to your mind was pork, well done my friend. Pork is bae. But no, we are not talking about pork because, well, pork is not illegal. Not yet at least. We are talking about the white elephant in the room. Drugs, people, drugs. From the seemingly harmless but can turn your brain into cabbage weed to the I feel like a Duracell bunny yaba tablet. At least you cannot complain about the lack of quality or quantity when it comes to drugs. From the valleys of Assam to the mountains of Arunachal Pradesh and from the rivers of Meghalaya to the lakes of Tripura, drugs are perhaps second next to FMCG products when it comes to availability. In this episode of Decoded, we talk about how not just Manipur but all of Northeast is hostage to drugs. But before we move forward, I want to take this opportunity to request you to help keep independent journalism alive. How to do it? Subscribe to EastMojo. The process is simple. Visit our website through the link in the description and click on the subscribe button in the home screen. You can either choose the lifetime plan or the annual plan. Remember, your support will help EastMojo the way we have always been, independent and unbiased. Pursuing for months.
To a village of Assam in the 75th Independence Day.
Every day, especially towards the evening, we get so many press releases titled X amount of drugs recovered from Y that sometimes we do not even take it. Until, of course, the tallest opposition leader in a state that went to elections recently stands in the Legislative Assembly and says the Chief Minister is friends with Mizoram's Pablo Escobar.
Now, it is more disturbing to me when I came across another vital information which showed me that he is one of the close associate of none other than our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Conrad Sangma. Yes, this is the photograph of the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Conrad Sangma and his wife and Mr. Henry in one of a very high profile program in Delhi.
Now, he didn't give that reference, of course. I'm not sure if Dr. Mukul Sangma Netflix and chills, but the point is that he made serious allegations against Conrad Sangma while trying to highlight his connections with a Mizoram-based drug lord. Allegedly, mind you, please, allegedly. Now, sure, one might say that this is just yet another day of politicians speaking ill will against each other. That is fine, in which case one can dismiss it right here, right now. But hey, remember Manipur? Depending on who you ask, the size of drug economy in Manipur can be a few thousand crores or a few thousand lakhs, or well, it is bigger than Google and Apple's market cap. However, leaving extremes aside, it is not difficult to understand that the drug economy is not only strong in Manipur, it has played a big role in the recent turmoil in Manipur. Again, the valley-based groups might believe every cookie farmer only grows drugs and serves cocaine for breakfast, but anyone who can still be objective when it comes to Manipur will understand that just cookies cannot be responsible for such a big business. Also, if Hills grows drugs, does it not pass through the valley? Have valley people not been arrested for drug business? But hey, I apologize for trying to be objective about Manipur. The point we are trying to make here is this. Either the drug lords are so strong and powerful that they can sustain bloody ethnic violence for months against, let us not forget, the Manipur government, Manipur police, state military police and the might of the Indian army. Or the drug economy is simply a bogus issue that has no basis in reality. But Manipur's reality is for all of us to see. Drugs are killing the state and its people in more ways than one. The tussle between Sangmas has made one thing clear. Meghalaya is not immune to the misery of the drugs economy, and this business, of course, has found its way to the top, which is hardly surprising. See, you tell a BJP bhakt that Congress leaders take money from drug lords and they will agree with you. Tell a Congress supporter that BJP leaders run the weed business in Assam and they will say yes. But no one ever accepts that their own party does it, because honestly, accountability and politicians in the same sentence, I apologize. But let us get back to Meghalaya. The drug problem is best illustrated by the fact that at the beginning of 2023, Conrad Sangma approved and notified the draft policy last year under the Drug Reduction, Elimination and Action Mission, or DREAM, for ensuring a drug-free Meghalaya. In August, the Meghalayan state government identified 7 districts as the drug hotspots. These being the East Khase Hills, West Jaintia Hills, East Jaintia Hills, West Khase Hills, Ribhoi, West Garo Hills and South Garo Hills. That pretty much sounds like all of Meghalaya to me. But if you think the situation is bad in Meghalaya, wait, there's more. Punjab, the land of farmers, Sikhism, some of the most generous people you will ever meet, and of course, amazing food. And oh, the music. But Punjab is also the land of pain. Partition and secessionist movements bled the state dry. Today, Punjab's condition is so dire that the state has become a case study in the US. This paper highlights that 1 in 3 persons in Punjab is addicted to drugs other than tobacco and alcohol. Nagaland and Mizoram, however, are not even close to Punjab in terms of a powerful state economy. These two states combined are less than 1/7 of Punjab's population, and they do not have the same powerful diaspora as Punjab. This also means that these two states have been pretty left to their own to fight the menace of drugs. Whether Tizit or Kohima or Dimapur or Tuensang, Nagaland's pain is for all to see. Again, this paper by the United States Office on Drugs and Crime highlights the severity of the drug problem in the state. When the UN acknowledges a problem, you can say that the situation is bad. And despite the exemplary work done by civil society and the church, Mizoram too has been wreaked by the problem of drugs. Just Google Champai and pretty much every second story is about drug seizure. Now just think about this. If this is the frequency at which people are caught, what is the amount that escapes? And yes, we can continue talking about Assam, Tripura, Arunachal and Sikkim, but we must now address something far more sinister and important. You see, drugs are a nationwide problem, but in the northeast, it is a strategic and diplomatic nightmare too. The drug economy, just like love, recognizes no state or international boundaries. Our neighbor Myanmar has been in conflict for years now, but even more since the military coup. This has provided a new lease of life to the drug economy, and Indian states have not been immune. Some of us think one community is doing this, but the truth is really that simple. The money to be made is so much that, well, there is enough for everyone, and money, as you know, also knows no caste, no creed and no religion. For all the arrests made in the name of drugs, how is it that almost always it is a driver, a teenager, unemployed youth or someone else from society's lowest rung that is caught? How is it that senior policemen, businessmen and actual drug dealers are never caught? If decades of war on drugs has, if anything, made things worse, who is responsible? Is it a war on drugs or a war on people in the name of drugs? If politicians are indeed against drug lords, why are they standing next to alleged drug lords? If those people are not, as they are, drug lords, then why are other politicians lying? The truth is that the problems related to drugs, very much like climate change, are going nowhere. It is the lubricant in our state economy. It is the fuel in the politicians' campaigns, and let us be honest, it is far easier to drug our youngsters than teach them and give them hope. Because when they study, they ask questions and hold people accountable. And which politician wants that? Is it not far easier to make us hate and demonize each other? Look at Manipur after all.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.